we'll take a look at the NPP primaries. Now, I want you to text me, WhatsApp me if you are you live in Takoradi. I want to hear from you, and especially if you're an NPP person who lives in Takoradi, I want to hear from you because we're talking about the Takoradi constituency. The number is 0540109009. So text us or WhatsApp us and let's see. So we continue in that series. We are looking into the backgrounds, the vision of some of the candidates contesting for the upcoming NPP primaries. So we will ask the candidates to share with you their vision, convince you to vote for them, not only in the primaries, but of course in the national contest too. So today we're in Takoradi constituency, like I said, in the Western region, where the Executive Director at the National Commission on Culture, Janet Edna Nyame, is contesting the incumbent Kwabena Otredako, who also doubles as the Regional Minister. Mrs. Nyame, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Can you hear me, ma'am? Okay, so you may have to unmute your Zoom. It looks like your Zoom is muted. That's why you cannot hear me. Let's try that and see if that works. So, like I said, I want to hear from you if you are in the Takoradi constituency, and especially if you are an NPP member. What is it that will influence your votes? We want to find out from her. What is it that she brings on board? What are the issues pertinent to her, and what is it that she wants to bring on board to change the constituency and make things better? Let me go through some of the messages that you sent to us as we wait to get her to fix the sound so we can hear her. Some of you have been sending messages on the NDC press, the minority, I should say, press conference that was held a while ago. It says, hi, Gifty, the NDC and their press conference almost on every issue every day is childish and very worrying. NDC is a huge problem for this country. Kofi sent that message from Hohoi. This one says, please, my own opinion on this issue of the arrested pastor. I think people should advise that our dear president to be careful of people working for him in different offices, starting from the security to the first security to the last security office. He should also remember that what goes around comes around. This one says, why did the national security video the man to the public? How do they know that the substance for the man is weed without laboratory approval? Do national security operatives arrest Kennedy, a Japan command, because he said something on Asempa FM? I believe that the national security planted something. Well, Ortega is sending that message from Bantama. Ortega, that's the position as well that the minority holds, but it cannot be proven at the moment. Until it is proven, we cannot speak about it. Okay, so let's go to Madam Edna Nyame, who is joining us from Takoradi. Hello, Mrs. Nyame. I can hear you, so do talk to us. And hello. Let me start, right, thank you very much and congratulations. Hello. Some people, I hear you. Let me start by congratulating you. Some people did not make it. They were disqualified, but you have. And you are contending with someone, no meaner person than someone who is also the regional minister. Let's start by you telling us, who really are you? Apart from being the executive director for the National Commission on Culture at the Ministry of Tourism, who is Edna Nyame?
Thank you very much. Jane Edna Nyame is a former lecturer from the Takoradi Technical University, a former dean of the Faculty of Applied Arts. Yeah. And then has been appointed currently as the Executive Director for the National Commission on Culture. I've contested this parliamentary seat for the third time. This is the third time, of course, twice with the incumbent Member of Parliament who doubles as the regional minister. So this is the third time I am contesting with him. And so many people think that maybe it's unbelievable. Why should you contest a regional minister, member of parliament? Of course, I started with him for the first time when she was coming. He was coming and I contested with him. So we've been there twice. This is the third time. So automatically, it's not been a new thing. We've been in the game. This is the third time. So I believe I'm going to beat him hands down this time around.
That was not a long time ago, the last time you contested with him, but he has won. What makes you think that someone who has been acclaimed by the people the people have acclaimed somebody like that they will let go of him and choose someone else, especially when you're both in the same party?
Oh, thank you very much. You know, we are all in the same party. We are, let's say, a family. And hence the democratic dispensation. If there wouldn't be any choice, there wouldn't have been the elections at all. So the fact that the party has thought it wise, put it in our constitution, that there should be elections every 4 years. That tells you that whether you are brothers, sisters, whoever, when the competition comes, there is the need for you to compete. So it makes no difference, of course. So the competition definitely, as I've said already, is coming on.
What are the key issues? And I need you to, if you can, mute the sound on the TV, because you can hear me from your phone. If you listen to me in the TV, it delays our interaction a little bit. So mute the sound on the TV so that we can just interact on the phone on Zoom. I want you to list for me, and I asked Michael Quay Jr. the same question the last time he joined us on the show, to list for me the key issues, if you can just put them in about 3 or 5, the key issues that will influence your campaign, or that is driving your campaign, and how it addresses the problems of the people.
Thank you very much. First of all, you know, we are in a metropolis. We have a lot of youth here who are unemployed, especially the women, the teenage girls, and the youth. My major challenge is that all these people are our future leaders. What are we going to help them so that in the future there is not going to be a burden on the metropolis or on the citizenry? So my main concern is the youth employment, to ensure that those who have been able to complete their schooling and are not engaged, whether they will be in private sector or wherever, we ensure that they are well placed. And education as well. You know, this is of course the Takrady though, but we have a lot of youth, dropouts, school dropouts, so that at least those who are not able to pursue their education will be put in a place in a learning of trades, getting them secured, and get them good jobs to do, so that they wouldn't be a burden on the society and the nation as a whole in future.
Okay,
so that is my first focus. Okay. The women.
We still need to see your face. We still need to see your face. So if you can push the phone back a bit so we can see your face, your constituents can see, the people of Takrady constituency can see your face, and then you can continue with the point you're making.
During the first administration of the NPP, I worked very closely with the Ministry of Women and Children, now Gender Social Protection. So there was a lot that I did for the women, and I believe that I have to continue. After that time, there has been a gap, and I believe we have to come back to ensure that we empower the women, especially those in the informal sector, in the market places, so that they will be well off. As I said, be on their feet, be able to sustain the families and whatnot. So that has been one of my major challenge. Again, our party is a family. We need to live together as one family. But it appears I'm not seeing that in my constituency here. As a mother, I'm going to unite all the factions in the family. When we do that, we're going to make the party to be very attractive in the constituency. That is where we are going to attract more people to our side, hence enhancing our chances when it comes to the general elections. That is one of my priorities. And then the development of Takoradi itself. Takoradi is a well-structured city that has been well developed. We need to give it a beautiful touch. We need to give it a facelift to make it one of the best cities in Takoradi. Though as a member of parliament, I'm not a developmental agent, but with my influence and with the people that we have on the ground, the lot of companies around, our experts at the district assemblies and whatnot, we're going to put our heads together to ensure that the needed facelift is given to the metropolis to make it look as one of the best cities in Ghana. These are some of my visions.
Okay, so I see three key things here. I'll have you reposition your camera so that we can see your face. The members in the constituency can see your face as well. So so do that for me. But I have some messages here. Some of you are sending in some messages. This one says it will be. Sorry, it says it will be a very big blow. Okay, Takoradi needs a new MP for better development, especially WAMCO. You don't add your name. Thank you for sending your message or all the same. This one says, as for me in Asante Achim Central, I'll vote for Kofi Usun Kansa for our road network. Okay, we are focusing on those who live in Takoradi, but thanks for sending your message. Takoradi, this one says Takoradi needs someone who is a grassroots member, someone who has been PSE before. Delegates want someone who will unite the party. NPP Takoradi constituency has been divided. Our mother is the one who will do that and give the constituents good jobs. Okay, so some messages coming in there for you, Mrs. Nyame. Thank you very much for sending that message as well. Okay, this one says, okay. Yeah, he says it will be a very big blow for the incumbent Kwabena Ochredako Mensah to win his seat back as a parliamentary candidate because we, the members, do not get anything better from no employment, mismanagement of his common funds. Even his office itself is full of, he's full of weeds. From Maxi Berlin, New Takoradi. Thank you, all of you in Takoradi who are sending us messages. Mrs. Nyame, are you there? Okay, it looks like we lost her. Okay, we haven't lost her. There she is. We'll take her final words before we move on from there. I'll end with this message and then I go to her. My name is William. He says, I'm not really NPP or NDC fan. I just love Takoradi. What I want to know is what she'll do different from what the incumbent Ochredako has done and is doing, because it looks as if the people of Takoradi are in love with Ochre. Okay, so if you push the phone away so that I can see your face, then you can answer this question for me, Ms. Nyame. Someone is asking what you would do differently. Okay.
What I can do differently.
What you can do differently from what the incumbents.
There are so many things that we need. Okay. And I've told you that Takoradi is already developed city. We need to add a facelift to the place. Yes, indeed, the people are in love with Kobe, but they will be more in love with Edna. When I have I get the chance or the nod, the people are going to love me because of the way I am going to relate with them. Everything that we're going to do together with the people. I'm not going to work in isolation, but definitely with all the people involved, to make sure that Takoradi becomes a place for everybody to love and live to.
Okay, my final message from this text says, my name is Nana Kwame from Takwa Brenua Chim. I am solidly behind Auntie Edna. She shall surely win. Kobe must simply go. I want you to speak to the constituency. If you had a chance, 30 seconds to talk to them on why they should vote for you, what would you say?
Thank you very much. Takoradi, we have ever had a woman MP. Now we have a male MP. When the late Mrs. Gladys Asma was there. We all saw what was happening in Takoradi, the vibrancy, the buoyancy, the happiness in the party. Takoradi delegates, vote for your mother, vote for me to bring the buoyancy, the happiness, the joy that we used to have in the party in Takoradi. And so that together, as already said, we'll put our heads together, work to build the party, to make it so sustainable, make it so attractive to the majority of the people, so as to increase our votes come the next elections.
Okay, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. I've been speaking to Jane Edna Nyame, who is contesting for in the NPP primaries, you know, to be the member of parliament or to be the parliamentary candidate for the NPP in the upcoming elections. She is contesting with a sitting MP who is a member of parliament for the NPP, who also doubles as the regional minister. A tough one it is. She says she's looking at unemployment, women empowerment, development, among others, as the key things she's bringing on the table to change the story in Takoradi. Well, I wish you all the best, Mrs. Nyame. As we go along, we'll be trying to get the other contenders as well. We've spoken to Michael Quay. We're able to have Adjosafo as well. We've spoken to Madam Edna Nyame. We're able to have the Member of Parliament for the incumbent Member of Parliament as well.